It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Okay, so things always happen when friends get together and do a road trip together. Well, Kenzie, Aaron, and Noreen were on a road trip. They were going to Nashville. They were going to stay at La Quinta Inn. They got to the La Quinta, and there was nobody behind the service desk. And, they're like, okay, we need to check in. We need to stay here, because we've got our big friends trip going on. For 2 hours, nobody showed up.
For real?
They were
at the front desk,
yes!
There was nobody.
Nobody was there.
That's rare.
So that they started getting people come down to the front desk saying that their credit cards had been charged or something, and they were very upset. Well, these three friends decided, look, we're going to jump in. We're going to try to help. They were like, we can't help with the credit card situation, but we can help in other ways. So then time came up. They'd been there a while where it was time for breakfast to be served at the La Quinta Inn.
Wait a minute. So it was all night long they were doing this and no room?
No room.
Come on.
They're exhausted. Now, they got there sort of overnight. And so, but still, there should be somebody at the front desk. So they got into the kitchen and started whipping up waffles and trying to...
They were making the breakfast for everybody?
They were trying to make the breakfast for everybody. They said there's no staff whatsoever. They worked there for 2 hours. They tried to answer the phones. They tried to do the things. Obviously, I don't think they could get into the computer system and help anybody check in or check out or anything like that.
At least they served up the breakfast.
They served up the breakfast. They weren't cleaning the rooms, but they did what they could. And finally, they got an apology from a manager showed up later in the day or something. And I
hope they got some rooms.
I hope they got their room gratis. I hope they said, you know what, thanks for working. We can't necessarily pay you because you're not on payroll, but we can certainly give you the room.
Good night. If I was them, if I was La Quinta, I would be rolling out the red carpet.
Absolutely.
I mean, those three need rooms for the entire year. Yeah. Travel wherever they want. They get a La Quinta.
Right, because they jumped in and tried to help a
They didn't try. They did. Now, while they couldn't check people in or do credit cards or check out, I mean, they're trying to help the best they can, and they serve breakfast. I mean, come on.
They did say they burned the waffles, I think is what it was.
Oh, then don't give them a year's worth of rooms.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Open mic just came in through the My His Radio app. If you don't have the app, it's really cool because not only can you stream his radio on the app, Bluetooth, the CarPlay, all that stuff. Here's the thing. You can tap on the open mic, say anything that you want. We get it immediately. So this came in on the My His Radio app. And it is an open mic that came in.
Hi, my name is Jacob. I'm 7 years old, and I have a song stuck in my head, and I only know one word of it, and it's ba ba da ba da ba ba ba, and I need help figuring out what it's called. So have a good day and live in peace.
Live in peace.
I love that kid.
Okay, that's Jacob.
Okay, Jacob.
I feel like I know the song. Hang on.
Ba ba da ba da ba ba ba.
Blues Clues.
Blues Clues? No, it's.
I'm so bad at
Hold
this.
on, I think.
Ba da ba da ba ba ba.
I know.
Bye, bye, bye.
Jake, I think you know. What is it?
I believe it is Brighter Days by Blessing Offer.
Brighter Days.
Wait a
Let me
minute.
hear.
Ba ba da ba da ba ba ba.
Brighter Days. That's it. That's it. Yep.
Ba da ba da ba ba ba.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
I think
It's Brighter
you could
Days.
Be right. You could be right. I'm so bad at this
It's
game.
absolutely Brighter Days.
Okay.
So here we go. Because of your open mic, here's Brighter Days on his radio.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
So here's the thing. They are mixing caviar and Pringles now. There's a whole kit for this thing.
Yeah, they're not going to be on the shelves necessarily unless it takes off.
But you never know.
know.
You know, you might find it in Trader Joe's or some high-end place
Right.
where they sell caviar with Pringles.
You know, you do have to say it that way, caviar.
Kinda,
Caviar,
right?
yes.
Here's the thing. Neither Scott nor Liz are fans of caviar.
Not at all. Not at all. Ew.
But I like Pringles.
I like Pringles. But why are you going to mess with Pringles in their perfect form and put some caviar on top of it?
So Wayne wants to chime in at 800-447-7234. Hey, Wayne.
I guess y'all have never cleaned fish after you
never done that. First of all, never cleaned a fish, never eaten the fish eggs straight up out the fish.
Yeah. They're really good.
She has turned all forms of green right now. I'm about to give her an air sickness bag.
Well, you eat other kind of eggs. Fish eggs are good, too.
They're great scrambled.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So here's the thing. There's this whole Pringles, and I don't want to labor anymore on this because it does sound disgusting.
It's nasty.
That's if you don't like caviar. Some people, you love caviar, and I applaud you. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
You go for it. You enjoy it. I'm just not a big fan.
I'm not a fan of chicken eggs, to tell you the truth.
Si-
Fish eggs, that's down another
not
kind of a path.
fan of chicken eggs.
I'm really not.
Only the chicken. So here's the thing. They're mashing this up with Pringles, and it's not a caviar flavored Pringle. There's a kit that's wow, Liz didn't like that. There's literally a kit that's available with a little thing of caviar and a smaller tube of Pringles.
Yeah.
So that you could put caviar on the Pringles.
Yeah,
I think some reality show's doing this. I don't know.
Yeah, a little tiny spoon, everything.
And so Pringles said, hey, let's partner with a caviar company and make a box and send them out.
Wow.
And people are actually ordering them. So we're hearing from Kristen at 800-447-7234. What about this, Kristen?
I've had caviar. I actually really like it, but there is a Jewish meal that is usually served at breakfast that's called lox and latkes, which is basically potato cakes with smoked salmon and creme fraiche on it, and it is very, very good. Smoked salmon. Have y'all ever had it? Do y'all like smoked salmon?
Love salmon, and I'm getting hungry. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So the lox and latkes, the salmon has a salt to it. So does the creme fraiche, and so does the latkes. So I can totally see the caviar with the Pringles and then throw in some creme fraiche, and it would be really good.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I love Pringles. I'm sorry.
Pringles are good.
It's kryptonite for me. I could eat 3 cans in one sitting. Oh, they're so good. Pringles. But anyway, I don't know why they want to ruin this whole thing now with caviar.
Right? Right. Ruin, absolutely. Like all capital letters.
Yeah.
You have ruined it.
I'm not a fan of caviar.
Fish eggs, y'all. Fish eggs.
You know, this is something that Scott would get into because he likes Pringles. Pringles. I'm thinking Christmas.
Well, that's if you put caviar and Pringles together, it would be Pringles.
I guess.
Hey, there you go.
That would be right. Yeah, right. So, Scott's got this fascination with caviar and Pringles. It's based off some reality show.
So, look, I tried caviar in high school once.
I am
hated
sure you
it.
did.
And
Oh,
So
really?
it was so bad, I said, I'm never touching that again. But as I've gotten older, you know how you develop a taste for certain foods. So I'm thinking maybe giving caviar another chance. And what better way to do it than with Pringles?
Okay, I got to back up here. You hung out with somebody in high school that introduced you to caviar?
No, we had a science teacher that would give us extra credit for things.
Y'all were the guinea
One day
pigs.
she said, I want everybody to try the caviar. And she said, if you do it, I'll give you 10 extra points on your test. And I said, fine. So I did.
For 10
And
extra
boy,
points. Yeah.
I did not like
For
it.
school? I was horrible in school. I would have done that. So here's the thing. Pringles is now have developed a kit. And it's a reality show. I can't remember which one it is, but it's some reality show. And because of this reality show, now Pringles is like, yeah, well, we'll do that. We'll give it to you in a kit. It's the caviar. It's Pringles and the Caviar Company.
Well, they have 3 different types of Pringles, like the sour cream and onion, which are
Yeah,
really good.
the
and
barbecue.
and then the regular. And then there's like so when you eat caviar, because I've seen it, you have this little tiny spoon that you put it on, your little Pringle, I suppose. And that's in the kit too. So it's real fancy. You can keep it.
I like it. You know why? Because it's like you want to be fancy, but not too fancy. So put the Pringles factor in there a little
I
bit.
guess so.
Pringles takes out the fanciness of it all.
Brings it down to our level.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Pickleball is huge. I mean, so many people are getting into it. I haven't played it once. I've only seen it on TV a couple of times, and that's it. And there are some people now that say, I want to play pickleball, but I can't because of some of the physical and the developmental challenges that some people have. Now there's a whole team I was reading about in South Carolina called Adaptive Pickleball.
Yeah, they have like 275 people that have taken part. It looks like just a few over 200 that have these types of challenges in their lives. But they have their very first team ever, and they're called the Greenville Hot Shots, and they're going to be part of the Special Olympics.
Isn't that amazing?
No, I think it's very cool. You know, I've played pickleball really one time, and it was so much fun.
How'd you do?
I did okay. I'm very competitive, so it's just all
You were
out.
getting...
And I actually got hurt a little bit. Twisted my
I'd be
ankle.
getting frustrated.
Well, yeah, but it's so much fun.
Because I want to play it. So the Greenville Hot Shots, they're talking about the adaptive wheelchairs for some who have to play pickleball in their wheelchairs. They're about $3,000 each, and I think some people are trying to help out so that some of these players can have the wheelchairs they need so that they can be a part of this team.
Yeah, and they have a tournament coming up, so they probably need that help sooner rather than later.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So, how about some fashion? We got it for you. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
And you probably won't have to buy anything new. You just get into the nether reaches of your closet, and you will be able to find a couple of things that I guess are coming out for the fall, coming back. They're going to be denim skirts, those long denim skirts.
I remember those.
We used to wear them with like little Keds or, just sneakers like that.
How long ago was that?
It was the 90s.
Was it really?
It was the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see some people today still do that.
Well, usually it's not the longer one. Sometimes it is, but it's not generally the longer one.
All the way down to the ankles?
Yes,
that
all the way
long? Okay.
And then you've got your like little ankle socks into the sneakers. But there's something else that's hanging out in the back of that closet.
What?
Uggs. The little boots. They're
Oh,
super.
I remember those.
Listen, they're expensive. I had a pair, and I think I ended up selling them on Marketplace or something like that because I wasn't wearing them anymore.
Scott says they're comfy.
You
Oh,
like
yeah.
them?
I love them. I lost mine, though, a few years ago in a move. So maybe, I can find some.
How do you lose shoes in a move?
Oh, that's very easy.
I don't know if there's
Especially
a way I
those.
can do it.
What
I think
color?
my wife, though. Seriously, I think my wife had some of those. I think she had a pair.
I mean, most everybody I knew had them. Very fuzzy on the inside. So, like, especially, around here when you would wear them and you tried to wear them for the fall, break out in a sweat because they're so warm. But in the winter, they felt good. Or I had some.
So is this a winter shoe?
It's kind of supposed to be like if you live in New England, New York, something like that, Michigan, you could wear them in the fall. Around here, we wore them. We wore them in the spring. Like we wore them all the time and would just break out in a sweat.
See, in the 90s, I was in Florida, and I barely remember these things.
Yeah, because my goodness, you talk about being in a sweat.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Air taxis.
Never would have thought
Air
it.
taxis. Now, when I say air taxi, the first thing that comes to my mind is the yellow cab flying through the air. It's like, no, not those kind of air taxis. I don't know if you remember the Jetsons, old cartoon way back in the day that your great-great-great-great-great-grandparents used to watch.
Wow. I felt a wrinkle actually hit my face.
All right. It was a futuristic show. They had air taxis, and so they're kind of developing the look of this off the old Jetsons. And it looks like it's almost like these air taxis, which they're making these in Ohio, hundreds of them. They carry a pilot and 4 passengers.
Okay.
So that's it. And it looks almost like a helicopter / a plane / a drone.
Absolutely, all 3 of those things.
And it's electric.
Ooh, okay.
So these are electric, goes about, 100 miles as far as the range.
Okay.
And so the air taxi can take you at least 100 miles, 200 miles an hour, too. The thing goes really fast.
Wow. So get there in half the time if
Right?
you're going 100, which you shouldn't.
They're building them in Ohio. They're building hundreds of them, so they're going to test them out in Ohio. So you see a lot of these things flying around, Cincinnati, all this other stuff.
So I got to ask, if a taxi costs one thing, which is not inexpensive on the ground.
I had the same thought. How much are these things going to cost?
If it's double, I don't know what the price per mileage is in a taxi. I just know it feels like whenever I've gone anywhere, it's at least $20.
Yeah, or an Uber,
Yeah. Which Uber, for what my experience, Uber's a little cheaper than a
Yeah,
taxi.
well, it depends because you can pick the style of car.
Right, exactly. But a drone/helicopter/plane, I feel like it's going to cost more than $40.
Plus, it's electric.
Yeah.
So you've got that whole thing that goes along with it, too.
It skeeves me out a little bit, but
Does it? It shouldn't.
Just a little
No,
bit, because
the way that they make things now, technology has progressed so quickly.
technology is not my friend on the ground. Why would I think it would be in the air?
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So they didn't choose me to be one of their extras, but I've kind of gotten over that. I've moved past it.
Oh, I remember this. This was a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah, they did not pull my name. Actually, it was I think earlier this year.
I can't remember. It was in the mountains somewhere. You were going to try to do the extra thing.
Yeah, for the Biltmore house. For one of the Christmas movies, it's called Merry Thanksgiving Weekend. And a lot of extras were chosen from, all around here.
But not Liz.
And not me.
She got rejected.
I don't know why.
It took her a while to get over it.
I'm still, maybe there's some bitterness there. I'm not really sure.
It almost sounds like it.
I feel a bitter taste in my mouth.
Well, who's in this thing?
So, I'm not real familiar with the actress. She looks like Hilary Duff to me, but it's not Hilary Duff. So, I'm not really sure. Anyway, it's one of those cheesy Christmas movies that we love. The more cheese, the better at Christmas time, I think. And so it is going to premiere Thanksgiving week. This one is on the Hallmark Channel. But it's a love story like through time. So I think they go back to like the 40s, maybe in the late 1800s. And so it's a love story that continues through the ages.
Very nice. Wow.
Rob, not excited.
No, I'm not going to go run and get hot cocoa and watch this thing with, Kleenex or anything like that.
And
No.
I was wrong. The name of the movie is A Biltmore Christmas. So sorry. But it was filmed in and around Biltmore House.
So it's about the Biltmore house.
It's set at the Biltmore house. I
Okay.
don't know if it's about, because it's never about. It's usually a guy in a flannel shirt and a girl named Lyric.